what's happening? I'm about to take on a little project here. Have a bicycle frame, as you can see here, that I tried to take off the old spray paint, all these different, the white, pink, blue, and the primer over here, to the original green powder coat. Now, when I did this yesterday, I used some lacquer thinner here, and came to the conclusion that it was, the original finish was half sanded off already, of course. So I'm going to use some aircraft remover to basically take the frame down to metal, and got some chemical resistant gloves, got some Scotch-Brite pads to get in, copper Scotch-Brite pads to get into tight areas on the frame, and some little plastic spatula things to scrape off all the bubbled up paint. So let's get to it. Y'all say, why isn't this guy wearing a respirator? Giant beard. Don't work. So I'm going to step out of here for about 10 minutes, let it do its thing, and we're going to come back and start scraping. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. That's what we got. Right there. It's looking pretty good. I did come back in and spray a little bit more off camera. Some of it looks like it might be a little tough to get off, but we'll find out here. I'm going to put on some gloves and get the spatula out and start scraping. Alright, let's see how she goes. Oh yeah, look at that. Multiple layers here, so white coming to blue down to the primer. So I took the pink right off, unless there was no pink underneath the piece here, which I thought there was. I had spray painted this bike quite a few times, I guess. Yes, sir. And that's how she's going to go tonight, I guess. A couple of sprays in, and we should be alright. So I'm going to get to work on this, and I'll check back in. Alright. So far, so good. Actually seeing a little bit of metal in there. Didn't really clean that up too much. I'm going to actually hit it a little bit harder this time with that spray. So hopefully we can get a little bit more of this off down to the OG coat there. Use the copper a little bit, as you can see the little scrapies. I'm hoping that will help out with getting the aircraft remover underneath the paint and crinkling. So I'm about to do another nice big spray down this time, quite a bit more, and we'll see how she goes. Alright, here's a progress update. As you can see, this is mostly bare metal now on the down tube. I kind of stopped focusing on the entire side and focused just on one bit at a time. I've also stopped using the Scotch-Brite copper pad. I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but it's been kind of scratching the metal a little bit, which I wasn't really. I was trying to scratch up the paint and not the metal. So I switched from the Scotch-Brite to a cotton rag. And the aircraft stripper is having kind of a rough time on the powder coat, but you can kind of use these gloves that I've got here with the little furls and stuff, and you can be able to kind of scrape at it like so, and then use the cotton rag to kind of get the rest of that off. But all in all, it's working very well. It's looking really good. I'm happy to see these. It looks fantastic. So yeah, I'll update in a little bit. Alright, little progress update here. Got quite a bit of the paint off the frame here. Still working on the back end. You can see all the grossness up here. Layers upon layers. Welds are looking great. And I found a little bit of an easier way. Like I said before, I stopped using the copper Scotch-Brite. Actually scraping off the white, the pink, the blue to the gray primer over the original powder coat. And then once that comes off, it's really easy to use one of the cotton rags just to kind of wipe it off. I'm going to struggle with this a little bit because I have one hand. But really, the original powder coat is starting to come off in sheets. You can see it like that. Like, basically, it's kind of like rubberized at that point. And it's going quite quick. So I will check back in. Alright folks, here's the finished product. Looking good. Just got back from the car wash to remove all of the aircraft remover, the stripper. And now it's time for clear coat. Alright, here we go. Here it is with the clear coat, first coat. I think it will be alright. You can see a couple of pieces of paint that I missed here, down in here a little bit. Oh, there it is, right there. But all in all, it came out really well, and I'm happy.